right. Shalom Yasharallah. Before we get started, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chahak and double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Back another video, another lesson. And the title of this lesson is gonna be a response. All right. Who is Esau Edom? All right. And this is gonna come from the video that the elder did. The elder Manatazak by GMS South Carolina 08. I watched the whole video, but I'm just replay the intro so you can hear what this this woman said. Okay.
Please tell me that.
So I'm gonna let you hear it, and then we'll get some scriptures of the Lord willing. This lesson is edifying. So let's listen in.
Y'all have seen the video with Brother Ryan talking about who is Esau. I love Abba so much because he always has me on the same page with like-minded people. Y'all know that I've talked about Esau on this page. I've also talked about the Kims over here. A lot of people didn't like what I had to say, but it don't make it not the truth. Unfortunately, a lot of people that have come over into this truth, they have dropped Christianity, the religion of Christianity, and they have picked up the religion of being a black Hebrew Israelite. And I say that in the sense of religion, because the camps are very religious. That's not why I'm here. I thought that it was a great point that Brother Ron brought out, the fact that Esau mixed and mingled. And y'all know who else loves to mix and mingle? The camps with the 12 tribes chart. I'm not saying that Esau is not who he is today because of all the mixing and mingling. I'm just saying originally Rebecca did not have a Caucasian child and a Hebrew child. And I really believe that it's unscholarly to say he came out red so he was white. Like, what? Do y'all know how many Hebrews was described as being red? That it just never made sense to me. Then I had an epiphany. I said, what if the camps are mixing with Esau? Maybe they are descendants of Esau, because they sure still love to mix. Now, to the white tea people and other people from different nations that come over here, I'm not saying that salvation is not for you. I'm not saying that. The camps are the ones who push that doctrine. But what I am saying is that people tend to love the very thing that they say that they despise. Think about the white tea people, the racist ones. How they say that they despise us, but they secretly want to be us. Y'all hate Esau, but y'all secretly still want to be them. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. Yes, I'm getting ready to go to work. Y'all have a good day. Shalom.
It's to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai.
So you heard what she said, all right? And this is why the Bible says, it's not permitted for women to speak, all right? In the congregation, like the elder's going into his video. The men or the people that you watch, they're not prophets. All right? They don't have a street ministry. They don't go out to the highways and hedges to preach the word. They don't do videos. I think she said she's in Iran, Dalton, something like that. All right. And a lot of these people think that Esau is Japheth, Esau comes from Japheth, which that's not true. All right. Esau today. All right. And we go through biblical prophecy. You can also go into secular history a little bit, but Esau today is the so-called white man. All right, the biblical Edomites, right? And let's get some scriptures. Let's get Malachi 4:1. I'm 4:1. Malachi 1:4. All right, we'll start there. I'm start at verse 1, and it reads, "The burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh," that's the Most High's name. All right, and she notice she said Abba. She didn't say the name of the Most High. She said Abba. All right, but the name of the Most High, the Father, is Yahweh, and the name of his Son is Yahweh Shai. All right, the burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Right? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yeah, I love Jacob. Right? So he loved Jacob. All right? And we come from Jacob. So the Lord loves his people. And I hated Esau. All right? He hates Esau. And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Right? Verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished. Matter of fact, I'm going to say this one. Salakia. Give me 1 second. 1 second. All right. So I'll read verse 4 again. And it says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. Okay. And Esau, Edom, they went into, those mountains for a period of time. Let's get Revelation 20. All right. Revelation 20 and 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on a dragon, all right, that old serpent. Let's look at this word serpent. Okay. People hear serpent and things talk about a snake like in the garden. No. Serpent is ophis in the Greek.
Strong's G 3789. Office.
Salakia. Office. But it says snake, serpent. With the ancients, the serpent was an emblem of cunning and wisdom. The serpent who deceived Eve was regarded by the Jews as the devil. All right. But down here, the strong definition through the idea of sharpness of vision, a snake, figuratively, as a type of sly, cunning, and artful, malicious person. Okay, and who's that applied to? That's applied to Esau, Edom. All right, because they have the spirit of Satan on them. Even Jake do too. All right. So verse 2 again, he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And they were in those mountains for 1,000 years while Jake was ruling during the Byzantine Empire. What they call it, the Dark Ages, And verse 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him. All right, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. And their little season is now. They came back through the Renaissance era, which means rebirth. Okay, around like the 1400s. All right, took down Jake, put him in slavery. All right, and if you go to Isaiah, let's go to Isaiah 14 and 13. Okay, I'll read verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? All right, look this word Lucifer up. In the Hebrew is Hayallah. All right, Hayallah, meaning light bearer. Okay, that's all it means. It's not the name of Satan. All right. Then who has the light? They have the light on the left-hand side, which they, believe they have the light. But all it means is light bearer. Shining one morning star, Lucifer, of the king of Babylon and Satan. Who's the king of Babylon today? Esau, Edom. All right, we're in Babylon the Great, are we not? Verse 12 again. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Right? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Speaking of the Israelites. It says, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Right here in America. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. All right, they have a God complex. All right, they want to control the masses by putting that that mark in you, that chip in you, so they can track and trace your every move, trace what you buying. All right. So this is Esau, Edom, and if we get Esau, Edom, who is Esau? Esau, Edom is the so-called white man. All right, who's ruling today? Let's get Second Esdras. Let's pull that. 6 and 9. I'll start at 7. And it says, then I answered and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, right? Which that's a symbolism. Okay. Verse 9, it says, for Esau, all right, is the end of the world, and Jacob is beginning of it that follow him. Are we not in the end of the world? Let's get real quick. Let's go to Matthew. Is it Matthew? Let me see. Yeah, this is Matthew 24 and verse 3. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? You go into this word world in the Greek. All right. It's the Greek word aeon or ion.
Strong's G 165. Ion.
Ion. All right. And it says forever, an unbroken age, a perpetuity of time, eternity. The world's universe, it says period of time, age. All right. So when is the end of this age, which is Esau's age? Okay. So it says, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world, the end of the age? Right. So we go back. We can read this in the GNT if we can. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. All right. So it's very clear that who is Esau Edom is. All right. It isn't. It's not rocket science. All right. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. And it says, I'll start at 7 again. Then I asked, this is the GNT version. Then I asked, how long a period of time will divide the ages, when the first age, all right, end, and the next age begin? He answered, the interval will be no longer than that between Abraham and Abraham. I think he meant Abraham and Isaac, but he was the grandfather of both Jacob and Esau. And when they were born, Jacob was holding Esau's heel. Esau represents the end of this age, and Jacob represents the beginning of the new age. You see that? So that word world in the Greek, it meant age, right? It's the end of this age, all right, and we represent the new age, the new world. Okay, so let's get this last one, Job 9:24, which was, we always pull this one out, right? Let me get a few more before I head back. It's Job 9:24, and it reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And that's a big indicator. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Who are the judges? We are the judges, the Israelites. All right. He changed the image of our Lord Yahweh Shai, who the world called Jesus Christ. He changed the angels. All right. He changed what they look like. Oh, if you look over in Europe, right? They try to paint over the what they call them, the Russian, the icons, what the true men of the Lord actually looked like, they were dark-skinned men, from a dark-skinned hue to a light hue, and so the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and they control everything. They control the media. They control, the things in the seas, the import, export, right? The shipyards. They control, everything. They have their hand in everything. Okay, so it's real clear of who Esau Edom is. And like I said, it's not hard to understand, but a lot of you, out there, you watch these other groups and you get confused. That's why the Lord said, keep your eyes single. Okay. And a lot of y'all just bugged out like this woman. Just bugged out, don't know what she's talking about, just want to run her lips, So go watch this, go watch the eldest video. He brought, great edification. I just want to bring some more edification out. But Lord willing, it was edifying. You got something out of it. Okay, who is Esau Edom? Esau Edom is a so-called white man. All right. So who rules the earth today? And we know that by biblical prophecy, and you can go into secular history if you want, but it's up to you. So, Lord willing, was edifying. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's always edified. Till next video, I'm going to say, Shalom.